Hey everyone, welcome once again to Callous Comics Live. And I apologize. It has been a while. It has been a while since I've done this. But it is what it is. I have been busy. But fortunately, we can do this today. So, hey Zivil, how you doing? A bit of a different stream from what you're used to. Also, apologize to my editor over at the newspaper. It's been a while since I've submitted anything. But we have some time today, so we have to be thankful for that. Even now, I'm already thinking I should be doing something else. But today is one of those days where I kind of need to do this. And that just shows how far out of practice I am. I've been working on the wrong layer. Let me double check. Yeah, everything I just did was in the wrong layer. Oh no. Don't you hate that? Okay, I think now we're in the correct layer. It's a good thing I didn't go too far into the process. So these were comic strips that oh my gosh, that I penciled and inked way back in February. Live here also. It's pretty insane. One of the more common questions I get asked in comic conventions when I do appear in them is, how do I manage my time? My answer back then and now are very different. Back then, maybe during the 2010s, I would say, yeah, I'd make the time. You know, I love making comics that much. But nowadays, I'm like, I'm failing. I'm failing in trying to make the time. Reason being, my medical career had progressed. It progressed during the past few years. And it has taken a substantial chunk of my time, my free time. And when I do have free time, to be perfectly honest, I do other things. Hazel, yeah. Well, I have been playing Genshin. That hasn't changed. I do play it live every now and then. Oh, there's another thing I have to talk about. The whole mess with Twitch right now. Normally, I would be multi-streaming this with in where I am now, Facebook, and on YouTube, and also on Twitch. However, Twitch has these new rules that multicasting is no longer allowed. So that stinks. Especially for a small-time streamer like me. So I did direct my comic readers that my streams would be on Twitch. Unfortunately, that's no longer the case. I'm back on Facebook and on YouTube. So I'd like to thank Zivil for making my stream to YouTube worth it. But hey, there's a bunch of you watching. Thank you for joining me. This is supposed to be a feel good stream, and I'm gonna try my best to keep it that way. No matter how rough the world treats us, we gotta appreciate the times that we can do something that sparks joy, as the famous Japanese lady said. Hey Zivil, yes, there was a new rule. Oh my gosh, I have been working and I've been on the wrong screen. Jeez. Yeah, that's how long I've been away. I'm so sorry. Oh no. Alright, but now I think we're all good. We're all square. You're seeing my work screen, so that's good. I spared you the pain of just looking at my face. You see, I worked on this particular comic strip so long ago that I no longer remember. I'm gonna assume that this is a bottle of isopropyl alcohol. What color are they usually? I can think of one brand that has a green bottle. What is a color that'll give away immediately that it is a bottle of isopropyl alcohol? Most of the time I think they're clear. Oh, Zivil says, and is that true that we have to pay $25 to stream per month? Oh, I have not heard that. So, so I'm not streaming on Twitch, at least this comic stream. I'm not streaming on Twitch today until I figure out just what the nitty-gritty with the new rules are. And because of that, the music that you are hearing is not from my usual source. This is from Facebook. Facebook has their own collection of music that you can safely stream. Hopefully it'll coincide with what YouTube allows me to stream. So I'm gonna go with a little bit in between. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around. I'm jumping around topics. I'm back to talking about this bottle of isopropyl alcohol. But yeah, Zivil, I'm afraid I don't know. I don't know the total nitty-gritty. I just know that Ninja made a big stink about streaming, and I think he no longer does stream on Twitch. A little bit of an announcement. I finally have an event coming up. This August, I forget the actual dates, but this August, I will be at Davao City at the Philippine Book Festival. They just had an event in Manila, and they'll have one in Davao as well. And it's in the Davao event that I will be participating in, and it'll be my first comic or book event, or any event for that matter, in Davao City. So I'm quite excited about it. And I'll be joined by my good friend Rod Espinosa, my collaborator over at the Immortal Wings comic book. Oh, what about using light blue on the sticker? I actually went with something in between. It's kind of like a teal now. I actually have a set of scrubs that are that color. But yeah, sort of green, sort of blue, because I couldn't decide. So I went with both. But thank you for your input. That's the glory of having a chat room. Anyway, I hope all of you watching, I have a significant amount of viewers more during my comic streams than my gaming streams, that's for sure. So thank you so much, all of you, for joining me today. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And we're here to have a good time. We're here to chill, to have fun. And hopefully I don't horrify you too much with my artwork. I mentioned this on Twitter, but I was actually researching 1970s anime styles for a future comic strip. There's a little gag that I thought of, but it kind of required me to look into... I do this every now and then. I change the art style to add some impact on the comic, and or just because it's fun every now and then. And the art style that I wanted to do in one panel is the sort of 1970s Japanese manga or anime style. So I did some research and I found someone, this, I don't know who she is, this character that had the exact same hairstyle as Dr. Rian. I was blown away and like, whoa. I posted it on Twitter, so do follow me on Twitter and you can see it's one of my more recent tweets. So I'm at Callous Comics, pretty much the same as everywhere. Alright, another dilemma. There is a bead of sweat on her temple here. And actually, yes, I think I will add a touch of that. So just so it's more visible. You only have so much real estate in a newspaper comic strip. Oh, that's terrible. We'll do that again. What does that look like? Let's zoom out a bit. It's okay. A wise old, not old, but a wise comic artist that I know of in the webcomic world way back once said that if you do know that your artwork will be shrunken down, is that right? Will be shrunken down into a very small size, like in a newspaper, in my case. You really don't need to stress too much about very small details. So that little bead of sweat on her temple, that's one of those cases where I didn't need to stress too much about it. Now, back in the day, when I first started doing daily Callous comics, the de facto color of the rubber gloves, those latex gloves that help healthcare workers such as myself to, oh my gosh, I just realized I haven't changed, to protect ourselves. Those gloves, they used to be yellow, but lately I've noticed that they've become blue for reasons I don't know exactly. Just a little tidbit for you guys. But I wonder if that is an experience that is universal. But since that's what I go through, that's what I observe, that's what I put in my comic. So yeah, it's kind of a cheap gag, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. A little bit of oh, that's not right. What would be the color code for a needle gauge that big? There isn't any. There's no such gauge. So I am going to go with... I'm gonna go with blue even though it's not correct. Now, if you didn't know, since I did bring it up, needles, these sterilized needles that you attach to syringes, they're actually color-coded based on the size of the needle. So with your, the smallest that at least that I know of, the smallest gauge, if I remember right, is orange. And it usually comes with a tuberculin syringe. So sometimes when a nurse does come up to me saying I'm having a really hard time injecting this medication intravenously, I notice that she's using it's not standard, but a pretty big gauge of needle. So I usually ask for a tuberculin syringe with that orange labeled needle, so that I can inject the drug with less risk of rupturing the blood vessel. Another thing I've noticed in recent times, this splotchy background that I use for the hospital walls in Callous comics is based on real life, although the hospital that I based that on used the color green. Really, blotches of, it's a white background but blotches of green paint. Don't ask me why they did that, but that's what they did. So, but instead of using green, I opted to use yellow, just so it's more of a background color, that it doesn't clash too much with what's happening in the foreground. A lighter color. And now, I visited that hospital not too long ago, and they've done away with the blotchy paint on the walls. But I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of got attached to the blotchy paint thing that they did, and I've seen them do it too. What they did was they crumple up a big wad of aluminum foil, dip that in the paint, and just start blotching the walls with it. So that's the effect that I tried to do in the background. Although what I do here is I use the cloud filter. So I select a color, which is the light yellow that I use, and I use the cloud filter. So filter, I'm using Photoshop CS6, by the way. Filter, render, clouds, and that's my background. It's a really quick, fast way to do it. I remember back in the day when Callous Comics was still in black and white, I didn't have that much use of Photoshop as well. So I actually hand drew all the blotches in the background walls. But when I made the decision to switch to color, oops, made a mistake. When I made the decision to switch to color, I realized that I really needed to find ways to streamline everything, streamline my process. Otherwise, it would take me way too long to produce a comic strip. So I accidentally found this feature in Photoshop, this cloud feature. Now that doesn't mean that I am not going to use Twitch anymore. I still stream there, but I've decided to restrict. If I do stream on Twitch, it would only be on Twitch. I won't do any multicasting there. So I'll probably do my gaming streams over on Twitch, and also do my comics and whatever other thing I do on Facebook and on YouTube. Okay, this is sort of funny. In the hospital that I trained in, one of the hospitals that I trained in, I believe in the post-operating room, which is the room that is attached to the operating theaters, where they wheel in all the patients while they waited for the general anesthetic to wear off. Basically, you know, they start waking up. So the nursing staff monitors the patients there while they're in the process of waiting for the anesthetics to wear off, so they become awake again after their operations. And in one of the hospitals that I trained in, they had Philippine Airlines blankets, and I believe those were donated Philippine Airlines blankets. Now, back in the day, there was a very particular color of these Philippine Airlines blankets. It's sort of orangey, sort of beige. I don't understand. And that color, because of my exposure to it in the post-operating theater, has been ingrained in my mind. So now, when I do draw a comic, and there is a blanket, I do make it that color. Isn't that weird? T-shirt color. Maybe just white. I don't want to think too much about it this time. Now, the walls of Rian's house do have a solid yellow color. Probably won't do too much more. Let's see. Nope. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. Let's bring it to maybe 10% cyan for the outside. One more thing to color is this. The inside of the windowsill, and I think we're done. We're done with this comic strip, at least coloring wise. Yeah, Zivil, the old Philippine Airlines blankets used to be this weird beige orange that I can't describe. Pink? Alright. I'll make a pink shirt. Thank you for the suggestion. Now there's a week's worth of comic strips to color, and this is just the first. And I'll do the dialogue and everything offline. Let's open our next. Oh, this is a simple one. Okay. Huh, I wonder why I didn't... I probably drew on the wrong layer or something. Yes, I did. Okay, now in times like this, when I screw up this much, just how bad is it? Oh, pretty bad. Okay. I think this is the best we can hope for. I'm actually going to flatten this. Yay, you're welcome, Civil. I'm gonna flatten this. And I'll go to my adjustments, image adjustments, and then, yes, black and white. Let's filter out all the cyan. There we go. Pencils have been erased. There's some stuff we need to fix, though. I need to resize this first. Image size, bring it up to 600 dpi. And then we need to image adjustments, threshold, get rid of all the anti-aliasing. Then we can fill up. Oh, yeah, that's correct. up some of these areas with ink. Now I'm only using a mouse to fill the... Oh, I messed up already. To fill this up, but it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Okay. Isabel, yeah, no worries. I think Twitch is good for the gaming stuff that I do. Although I wanted to start multi-streaming to all three of the services that I stream to. So there's Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. But yeah, Twitch has some new rules. At first I thought it didn't apply to me because I'm not a Twitch affiliate. Not cool enough to be one. but apparently it's across the board. It's for everyone. You cannot multi-stream your Twitch stream. You can still stream on other hosts, but you can't multicast what you're streaming on Twitch. Oh, messed up again. Okay. I shouldn't have started coloring. Oh good, I'm not too far in. Alright, Control A, C, Control J, Alt, whatever. Yeah, Alt whatever this is. Alt that, Control V, I. Click on that, Shift F5, right click on the mask, apply layer mask, and there we go. What I've just done is to separate the line work from the rest of the artwork. So if I make the background transparent, you can see I've isolated my artwork. Now we can, oh not yet, almost there. Now image mode, CMYK color, don't flatten, and then image adjustment threshold again, and that would make all my line work 100% K, which is the actual black ink that that printers use. Now we can start coloring. The reason for all that I just did was there is a difference between what is black on RGB, which is the color kind of color language that our monitors or computer monitors use, and CMYK, which is a very common color language that is used in printing presses. So with our monitors, all the colors we see are mixtures of red, green, and blue, put together. The primary colors, whereas on printers, and this is why you would find that if you've ever bought a printed edition of a webcomic, there's always something a little bit off with the colors, and that's because of this. It's the whole CMYK color language. So instead of having red, green, and blue, you would have 4 colors actually squirting ink onto the paper. So you have your cyan, magenta, yellow, and K for black. Now with RGB, black is pretty much a mixture of everything, all 3 colors maxed out. So when you just convert an RGB image into CMYK, like in my case, my line work is actually a mixture of not just K, but also a little bit of cyan, a little bit of magenta, and a little bit of yellow. And sometimes what might happen is they actually print out a color image on a piece of paper, one color at a time. So they put the cyan, then they put the magenta, then they put the yellow, and then the K, the black. So what can sometimes happen is you would have a misregistration. Sometimes the colors won't align perfectly. I'm sure you've seen comic books or newspaper print where the color is a little bit off from the black, or the color is a little bit off from the photograph and stuff like that. It's misaligned. So on a comic strip that oh, the doctor looks just like me. No, the doctor is actually based on a friend of mine, Dr. Tiger, and he is actually my co-host in the Callous Comics Plays podcast. But yes, so all that I'm doing is to minimize any chance of misregistration that may happen when the comics actually printed, not just in a newspaper, but also when I make my comic book collections. Let's go with this color on this lady. Let's make her chair, sure, brown. Now, as you're seeing here, I'm actually removing the black ink from that color, so that I won't have that misregistration. Now, this is a hospital, so we will have our blotchy yellow wall. I'm not happy with the shade of green on the doctor. Might go with maybe this one instead. Now, you may have noticed this on some medical shows, but in some hospitals, maybe even most, depending on what specialty you are, your name is color coded on the patient's room door. So if normally what you'd have is particularly in private patient rooms, you would have the door, and then they would have the name of the attending physician and on the door, and any referral physicians under him or her. And depending on the specialty, the color of the paper that they actually write the name of the attending physician on changes. So say if the doctor is in internal medicine, usually they use the color blue. If the doctor is a surgeon, they usually use the color green. Now, in some hospitals, I believe, they even make that go as far as the color of scrubs that the doctors wear. So anyone who works under internal medicine would wear blue scrubs, surgeons would wear green, pediatrics would wear yellow, obstetrics and gynecology would wear a shade of red or maroon, or and I forget. So you get the idea. So this guy, he's an orthopedic surgeon, so he's wearing green. I think I messed this up. I'm going to need this color, but without the black. What would it look like? Ooh, just bright yellow. What I can do is divide. Okay. Good enough. Better now. Me. What about me? I don't know what the classic color would be for my specialty. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say orange. To those of you who don't know, my medical specialty is called nuclear medicine, and The reason I chose orange is because even the garbage in the hospital is color coded. So biohazard waste is should go into a yellow receptacle or a yellow plastic bag, a yellow trash bag. Your general waste and so on would be in your black trash bag. What do you call this? Biodegradable stuff would go in your yellow. Your green plastic bag. And if you're working with the radiological sciences, your radioactive waste should go in an orange plastic bag. I believe that's an international thing. So, hence I chose orange, meaning I'm radioactive waste. Now, I don't normally draw characters in this angle, like this 3/4 view from behind. That's why this character in particular looks a little weird. Nuclear, can you make a bio weapon like in Resident Evil? If I'm not careful, but I am careful, but if I'm not careful, there is a potential that the materials that I use in my practice can be used for nefarious means, but not in the way that you see in Resident Evil. The whole Resident Evil thing is about viruses, and that's not my specialty. But yeah, I really shouldn't talk too much about how you can use the stuff that I use in nefarious means. But no, the biohazard stuff, the viruses and all that, that's I don't touch that. That's a totally different specialty from mine. What you would find more in pop culture would be that has a sort of application of my specialty is Spider-Man. His radioactive spider bite. That actually does have nuclear medicine applications. Another popular character that is very near and dear to our practice in my specialty is the Hulk, because I work with copious amounts of gamma radiation, and so I can safely say, considering how much radiation I have been exposed to, and I have not turned into a giant green superhuman. Yeah, gamma radiation doesn't work like that. Granted, I haven't been exposed to as much gamma radiation as Dr. Banner has, because I am careful. But still, that's not how how it works. I kinda see, this is the trouble with how I do my comic strips. I've since I drew this quite a long way back in February, I've forgotten what they're talking about. But I did write it down somewhere, so I just need to find those notes. Oops, no, that's not right. Can you make radioactive fish so when it bite, I can be a mermaid? Someone just watched The Little Mermaid, I think. And there I was, referring to Across the Spider-Verse. Okay, we're done with this one. Let's save that. Ooh, I hope I saved the other one. I believe I did. Ah. I don't know, their simple one. Oh dear, I did draw on the wrong layer again, but that's okay. Image adjustments, black and white. Let's get rid of cyan. Okay. Oh, not yet. I need image size. Bring it up to 600 TPI. Okay. Image adjustments threshold. Nice. Control AC, Control J, Alt mask, Alt the mask, Control VI. Click on the main thing, then Shift F5. Okay. Right click, apply a layer mask. Alright. Image mode, CMYK color. Do not flatten. Okay. And then image adjustments threshold. Alright. Click on the background and we're ready to color. Why do I have this color saved? What is this? Oh. You know what? Okay. I'll use that color. I actually labeled that color Moreno or Morena. Hey Alexander, thanks so much for the like. Here's a thumbs up for you, good sir. Sorry for the wind noise. That's my little teeny tiny desk fan trying to keep me sane. What would be a good sofa color? You know what, I'm gonna color all the skin first. Hang on, I'm gonna have to make a phone call. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had to make a quick phone call. Lots of big announcements for games, for upcoming games that I'm very excited for. I'm currently playing 3. Can you believe that? I'm playing 3 games. So there's Genshin Impact, there's Honkai Star Rail, and now there's Diablo 4 that I'm quite into. But upcoming games, I'm really excited for Helldivers 2, which is supposed to come out this year, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which means I will have to start playing Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, the whole thing with Yuffie. I still haven't played that. Sofa, I will make you blue. Oops. Close your lines. Pants. I'm actually imagining him wearing pajama pants. Let's make it orange. I don't have a pair of orange pajama pants, by the way. No, I don't like it. Maybe pea green. There we go. And his shirt, yeah, white shirt. Why not? And background wall, we could leave it white, but if I leave it white, I am gonna have to color his shirt. Another interesting thing that has happened over the years is how cartoonists draw TV remotes. That's what he's holding on his right hand. It's a TV remote. I remember back back long ago when I would read comic strips that would have a TV remote with just one button on it. And I actually don't even know if that's how TV remotes were made, you know, way back when. And now, a few years ago, I would draw TV remotes how you would imagine them now, like a long black thing with a bunch of buttons on it. Then Apple TV came along with their minimalist remotes. The Amazon Fire TV and all that also have a very minimalist remote control. And that's what he's holding now, and I don't know if I pulled it off. Probably not. But I will color it a little bit. Maybe make it gray. So that's a very minimalist remote control. Now, I do want to put some color on his t-shirt, but I already have a blue background. Decisions. I'll go with a darker green. Yeah, that works. I think. Good enough. Alright, let's save that. Ooh, this looks like a lot of work. I still have a few more minutes. So this one actually, I penciled the background and the characters separately. So I had a magenta pencil for the characters and a cyan pencil for the background. And fortunately, I did things correctly. Awesome. All right, let's flatten this. .600 DPI, image adjustments threshold, Control AC, Control J, Alt mask, Alt the mask, Control VI, click that, Shift F5 and enter. Right click, apply layer mask, image mode, CMYK color, do not flatten, image adjustments threshold. Okay, cool. Now we can get to coloring. Another thing I've been doing a lot lately, and I'm very grateful for it, is voice acting. I've gotten a whole bunch of, since maybe late last year, I've been getting a lot of voice acting gigs that I haven't even, that I wasn't even pursuing. So, very, very grateful for that. I thought that career of mine was over. What am I gonna do with this guy? The pharmacist. I am gonna give him this is dark magenta. Let's give him the whole Mercury drug theme. Actually, no, not really. It didn't turn out the way I was thinking. But it's okay. It's a different color. I don't think I've ever used that color in my comic. Swatches. Let's go with the usual. Huh, that's weird. Why did it even have a different color? It's not much difference. I must have messed something up. So no, this isn't a Moreno color, that's for sure. But I'll stick with it. You know what? I remember what I plan to do with the coloring when it comes to the coloring of this comic. Let's see if I can pull it off. We are going to use maybe 3 shades of blue for the inside of the pharmacy. But before that, yeah, let's make this guy blonde. Why not? Okay. Let me think for a bit. Oops. Oh, I forgot to draw the boxes. That stinks. What can I do about that? Oh, time check. Few more minutes. What are we gonna do? What am I gonna do about all that? Am I brave enough to draw via mouse? Nope, not happening. What we can do, and it's a bit of a cop out, but that's what we need. Oh wow. This isn't working. Why not though? Okay, what we're gonna do is an approximation. Good enough. Okay. Next shade of blue, a little bit less dark. Just a little. Oh, we're not done. Darn. Wow, it got dark. I think some heavy rain is very imminent. Did any of you feel the earthquake earlier? I did not, although the hospital staff was really reacting to it. Oh, what's happening? See. Well, sadly, it is time to end this stream, as I do need to go take care of other things. So, hey, we made some progress, and hopefully I'll get these comic strips done within the next couple of days or so. So thanks to everyone who dropped by and said hi, left a like, and so on and so forth. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you again next time. Take care, everyone. Life is great. Life is good.